USA. I've got Ken Clinton and Kim Sweers, the boat boss and the intrepid boss.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming aboard.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Kim, so good to see you here.
Likewise,
what a pleasure. What a pleasure.
Thanks for having us in Tampa.
My old stomping grounds here. Right. This is kind of cool to, see the bay kind of right behind us and just this gorgeous ambiance here. And
yeah, it's nice.
IBEX show, we're enjoying the last day of it, I guess.
Yeah, IBEX has been fantastic. Kim and I have been making our rounds and checking out all the new product developments out there, and we've seen some pretty nice stuff, huh?
No, absolutely. I'd like to give a shout out to everyone that's been impacted by the storm. We're in a very, sensitive area right now, and for those that are struggling, we're all with you.
Yes, absolutely. I have friends that both are in North Carolina struggling, and on the beaches in Madeira Beach, it's if you haven't seen it, it's pretty ugly. And prayers to them. They need every bit they can get from us.
If there's anything about Americans, we get stronger in situations like this.
Yes. I think the other thing that's nice is, even with the storms that happen, bringing in an event like IBEX into Tampa brings in a lot of money and a lot of opportunity. So the city is very thankful.
Awareness.
Yeah.
People leaving here are more aware than they were coming of what's happened in this area and other areas of Florida. So, good to be here, definitely. Yeah. I tell people IBEX is the place to go. I've been coming here for years and years as an exhibitor. Yeah. And this is where you want to go if you want to catch the attention of boat builders. Yeah. And here we have a boat builder that's walking the aisles and paying attention to what's new and interesting and innovative.
Yeah, we come here because we want to see what's new, what can we apply to our product, what can we do to make our boats better, safer, and I think that's key, and there's no better place to do that than IBEX.
No, I agree. Now, you guys were on a sea trial this morning.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, Ken obviously builds boat with Intrepid, and I have my own dealership, FB Marine Group. So we do a lot of new boats, but also used boats as well, and pre-owned. And so there's a lot of aftermarket things that we add on boats, and we had the opportunity to be on the SeaKeeper Ride demo this morning, and I was really thoroughly impressed by it.
And this is not the SeaKeeper gyro stabilization. This is something different.
Yeah, and what's nice about this is SeaKeeper's taking it to the next level. If you think about a SeaKeeper gyro that stops a boat from rolling, now what they're doing is they're taking what would normally be trim tabs or interceptor plates, and they are now controlling pitch and yaw and all of this, and it does it automatically. So one of the things that we see is we're trying to bring more people into boating by taking away the intimidation factor of running a boat.
Yes.
And there's lots of people out there that don't have tons of time on boats. And, Kim was able to run a boat today and with SeaKeeper Ride, and, right away she felt more confident and felt good about running that boat.
Yeah, I'll take you back 2 years. My son was teaching me how to drive a boat better than I was, because I'm a little rusty in that area.
Sure.
And not only he got me into operating the boat, but then we go in the ocean, and that had to deal with not just, the height, but the period between the waves, and I was starting to feel a little nervous and uncomfortable. Sure. And when I got on the SeaKeeper Ride, and they explained how it's a manual or automatic system that takes that and stabilizes the boat, so it's automatic. I don't have to worry about hitting my trim tabs. Gives me that sense of security I was looking for.
That's what we're looking for just a boating experience. And the boating experience is what keeps people coming back and coming for more. And I was going to bring it up. It's I don't want to say it's a sensitive subject, but there is a perception that it's a male-dominated, misogynistic industry and business and experience. Yet more and more women are getting on the ocean. Kim, from your perspective, what do we bring to the table to make it more welcoming, make it better for ladies to take the helm and take control rather than just come along for the ride?
Such a great question, and I get asked that all the time, but it's not just about women, it's also first-time boaters as well. So it's really non-gender to me. I think if you're new to it, there's issues that you have. And what is the one thing that people struggle with? Public speaking. Besides public speaking, it's docking a boat.
It's the number one thing that comes up in a survey.
And so for me, docking a boat, but also operating a boat, things that, help me be a better operator. And, by having the Abacus system, which we are going to demo as well, and we demoed it last year, and that's the autonomous software. It's autonomous driven vessel. You still have to be in the driver's seat, but it does help avoid crash aversion and helps you dock. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. But also the SeaKeeper Ride, stabilizing that boat so that you're not only worrying about operating it, but just how it runs. That you don't have to worry about, the
and once you
period in
get the
between.
sense of how it's running, that piece of it kind of goes away. You can focus on other things.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
You can start enjoying the boat more.
Because driving a boat in the ocean is multifaceted.
Yeah.
You have to be situationally aware. There's so much going on.
Yeah.
And if you can take some of that away, that reduces that overload of the situation.
Sure.
It makes it more comfortable.
Yeah. And I think that's one of the things that's beautiful about our industry right now is we realize this. And so what we're doing is we're making it to where more people will come into boating. And how do you do that? You take away the intimidation factor. If you think about it, you grow up driving in cars your entire life. Even as a child, you grow up in a car. You don't do that in a boat in a lot of cases.
No.
So to have, you might as well put somebody in the cockpit of an airplane and say, here, go fly,
What could possibly go wrong?
Right, so by joystick docking, SeaKeeper Ride, SeaKeeper gyros, Abacus autonomous driving, all of these things make it to where if you want to be out on the water, you can do it and feel confident and feel safe.
Well, Ken, one of the regrets I had when we interviewed last time, about 4 months ago, I think you and I sat together, was I wanted to talk to you about that autonomous boating, and we just kind of went down a couple other rabbit holes, didn't get back to it.
Sure.
But I know that's something Intrepid was looking at. Yes. You are looking at it.
Yes.
Want to talk about it? Tell us a little bit what that's all about.
No, absolutely. Hyundai came to me 3 years ago, and they said, look, we have autonomous systems on cargo ships. And they work really well. And we came to you because you're the innovator in the industry. Basically, I'm the guy who does all the crazy stuff that nobody else wants to try. And do you see this as something that would be useful in the recreation side? And they gave me a demo of it, and I said, absolutely, it makes all the sense in the world. So 3 years later, they came back and they said, we got to figure it out. And I asked Kim to go with me because I wanted her opinion as well. And we did a sea trial. And Rick, it's amazing. We take off. They set a waypoint for it to drive to all by itself. It has to be a joystick-enabled boat.
Sure.
It takes off. They purposely set up boats to come at us, so it would have to do AI and make an evasive maneuver and make a decision on which way it should go.
Wow.
It made the right decision. The other boat countered. It countered again. So we did a big loop, and then we said, we're going to go back to the dock. So now that it was finger docks, and they were all here. And when you looked at the screen, you could see all of the finger docks, because one of the things with Abacus is you have mounted cameras in the hull in strategic locations. No different than your car.
Sure.
Your car has the same one. It gives you that overhead view. You get the same overhead view. So they look at the screen, and they saw all the finger docks, and you poke the screen and say, I want to dock here. So then it says, do you want to go stern to or bow to? Yeah. And you hit stern to. And then, because you're pulling into a dock, you could either went to port or went to starboard. They said starboard. And Rick, ask him, the boat spins around, backs in perfectly, comes over to the dock, and holds position about 6 inches off the dock so you can tie your lines.
You want to find that right restaurant for that dock.
Yeah, exactly.
Watch me, I got this.
But one thing I would like to stress is that, because I'm actually doing training now with At the Helm training, and I'm an advocate for safety. It's part of my new platform with the Boat Boss, but partnering with National Safe Boating Council, FWC, the Coast Guard, At the Helm is doing a great job, and a lot of the other trainers that are out there. So it's not a substitute. It's just, sort of
it's an embellishment too. It's an add-on. Absolutely.
It's just a tool.
Right.
Yep. So with everything being glorified right now with wavy boats and the qualified captain, and I think it's just a way for people to feel a little bit more secure when they operate a boat, that they're not going to end up on one of these.
Yeah, wavy boats makes you feel kind of like, what the heck? I don't want to do this.
Yeah. Well, I've had lots of women say to me when we started talking to different people about the use of Abacus and autonomous driving is, first, we think every person should get training. I mean, safety is first and foremost. Yeah. But there's cases, if you don't run a boat a lot, what if something happens to the captain on the boat? What if somebody gets hurt? What if somebody passes out? Mm-hmm. To have something to help aid you get back safely.
Hands down. I would dare say that this is innovative technology today. let's talk 10 years from now.
Absolutely.
Probably every boat will have it.
Yes.
It'll be
For
demanded.
Yeah.
But it's a mindset.
It
we
is.
have to, obviously set the landscape and influence decision makers to lead. And Ken's been great in that. Myself and a lot of the other manufacturers are really leading with safety, bringing all this technology not only into the manufacturing side, but also in the training upon delivery.
Well,
Super
and
important.
I would go further and say once you've integrated the safety aspect, the training aspect, then when you start talking about insurance and carrying insurance on the boat and what that looks like, there'll be reduction in policy costs. There'll be incentives to do it. It's a win-win when it's done right.
I just did a podcast with Luxury Financial Group, Noel, who's the president. We talked about the benefits of doing training and how it impacts your financing and your rates.
That's right.
Super important. So not just the safety side of it for insurance, but also the money side too.
Yes, that's right. It's all congruent. It all comes together
Agreed.
at the end, for sure. Well, this is an interesting time, and this has been a really, really cool IBEX. I'm almost sad this is the last day.
I know.
Kim, we have something to kind of tell the world, don't we?
Yeah. Yeah, we're joining forces together.
are.
Yeah, we're going to join forces and just have some coffee talk once a week. And
I like it.
Yeah, we both are partners with Bradford. I'm a preferred vendor in my dealership, and you as well. And we're going to be at Bradford East Marina early on Sunrise and talk about just everything.
Sunrise at sunrise,
Exactly.
with a cup of coffee and
super excited
conversation.
about that.
Yeah, short little format. Just catch up on what's happening and
Top news, absolutely.
Absolutely, topical and fun. It's also be a wonderful way to keep engagement and keep people interested in what we're doing in this industry going. For sure.
Wow. But I'd like to give a hats off to the people that were honored here at the show. Ken and I are both big into technology, and I know companies work so hard. Ken has always been at the forefront of innovation and being a first to do a lot of things. But there's so many companies here that vied for those awards, and so we didn't win. But we thank everyone for forward thinking and being so innovative.
Yeah, well, and I thought the show did a good job of putting spotlights on those innovators. Even the ones that didn't win, they still got an opportunity to get in front of everybody and get to come back next year and try again.
No, absolutely. And to Mark and Steve for being inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Bravo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their stories are truly remarkable.
Yes, definitely. A lot of takeaways from IBEX this year for sure.
Well, and what's nice about IBEX is it gives an opportunity for so many entrepreneurs out there to show their wares, and to have guys like myself who are a builder come through and let them pitch us, and we're able to take the feedback that we get from our customers on things that they wish would be improved. We look for that here, and we're able to talk to the vendors that are here and and share with them some of the struggles that we have as manufacturers. And even if you don't see something that you wanted here, you can plant seeds, you know? And I plant seeds with vendors, and every year that we come back, it only gets better and better.
I like it. Well, we'll be coming back for sure next year. For sure.
Yes.
And we got some cool things coming in the future. We'll look forward to reconnecting again and again.
Game on.
Game on. I love it. Well, Kim and Ken, thank you very, very much for joining us this morning. And
thanks for having us.
Oh, it's been an honor and a pleasure. Absolutely.
Thanks, brother.
All right. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much.
Have a great day. Until the next time, I'm out of here.